Well, one doesn't know if one is live or not. I'm hoping that I am. I just wanted to come on and talk to you guys a little bit about 2025. You know that I've been talking a lot about how crazy the astrology is and how we're having these big shifts of outer planets, Neptune, Uranus, Pluto, and even Saturn. And, they're all shifting from water and earth signs into air and fire signs. So it seemed to me that maybe some personal insight for everybody would be a good idea. I know you guys have been watching Magical Monday, and that's great. And I know that many of you enjoy my monthly Tarotscopes, where I take the astrology, where the planets are for each sign, and then I pull a tarot card and put that together for a tarot scope every month. But that again is general based on sun sign. And we know there's a lot more to our natal blueprint, to our natal chart. So, what I'm offering from now till January 15th are personal 1 hour sessions, either in person, meaning you come into the store, or on Zoom, because I can do it on Zoom. I want to be able to show you what's happening. So I've done a lot of research. I've looked up key points. I have a list of key points here. So here's my key points for, oh dear, it's very glary, sorry. Key points for everything that's coming up. It talks about the moon phases and eclipses. It talks about the Mercury retrogrades that are coming for 2025. And what's really interesting about Mercury retrogrades, I don't know if you've noticed, they work their way through the elements. So 2025, the Mercury retrogrades are going to be in fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sag. And I'm also looking at Jupiter retrograding and Saturn's movements. In May, Saturn is going to leave Pisces and move into Aries, one of those planets that's moving from water, from Pisces into fire, Aries. I've looked at some really wild aspects and things, and then what I could do is take your natal chart. I'm having some terrible trouble with the sun. Oh my gosh. Take your natal chart and compare it to the charts for every month. So I can look and say, okay, these planets are moving through this house. This is a great time for finance, career, money, or this is a great time to work on your health or your mental health, or this is a great time to work on your spirituality, or this is not a good time to try to change jobs, things like that. So I'm offering those for $125 through January 15th. It's an hour's sit down. After that, I'm going to charge probably 200 or more because it really is, a lot of work. I apologize if anybody is chiming in. I would love to recognize you, but I have a monkey that says something went wrong because it's Mercury retrograde, of course. So if you want to know more, you can just call the shop, 845-255-5756, and schedule your appointments. I'm reading on Thursdays, Fridays, and most Saturdays. Obviously, I wouldn't be doing this on Psychic Fair Saturday because that's a whole different ball of wax. Also, if you want to learn how to do this for yourself and how to read this book, you can take my astrology course. It's a 12-week course that's starting on Thursday nights in January. So it is 6:30 to 8:30 on Thursday evenings. You get 3 textbooks and one of those ephemeruses. You start out not knowing what a glyph looks like, why the symbol looks like it does, and you end up 12 weeks later being able to write horoscopes. So if you're an avid tarot reader, you'd be able to write tarotscopes as well. In fact, one day I might even teach a class on how to write tarotscopes. But anyway, right now I just wanted to offer you some personal insight and understanding for this wild, wild year that we're facing, 2025. We are seeing some things that we have never seen before in our lifetime. And we're also seeing some things happen that have happened before that now we have empirical evidence for. And what I mean by that is when we see something go on above and this something happens below. And then we see that same thing happen above and something very similar happens below. And then we see that for a third time. When we see it for the fourth time, we could expect to see something similar again, right? So during the Uranus movement that we're going to experience between April and July, we had that same configuration during the Revolutionary War and the French Revolution. We had that configuration again during the Civil War. We had that configuration again for World War II. So we're going to see this continuing kind of energy, this cycle continuing, and it's between April and July 2025. However, we do have some of the other planets in different signs that may help us navigate this. So I think we just need to be aware and we need to know where to put our energy, and we need to be able to do something more like electional astrology, where we choose days that are great for something and we step down and don't do something on a time that is really not great for something. You know, you want to set yourself up for success, not failure. So come on in and get your personal Tarotscope for 2025. Again, I will do them in person, no phones, or on Zoom if you don't live nearby. So just because you might not live in the United States, you can still get that insight, your personal insight. Because again, sun sign astrology is one thing, it certainly is valid, but when we know our house placement and we can see what planets are moving through which areas of our chart, and we can see the moving planets lighting up or dimming down our personal planets, that's where we get a lot more information about our very own journey for 2025. So that's what's going on, peeps. Tarotscopes, personal tarotscopes for the wheel of the year for 2025. It's going to be a doozy. Speak to you soon. Peace. Blessed be.